It was a crucial day at Jiangqing No. 2 High School. Class 5, Grade 3 was buzzing with anticipation as the unified exam loomed large. 20 years of relentless hard work had led to this moment. The stakes were high, and every student was determined to give it their all. Class teacher Chun Fan stood before them, her voice firm yet encouraging. Those taking the liberal arts exam, make sure you're all set for tomorrow. Double-check your stationery tonight, so you're not caught off guard. Then, her gaze shifted to the students preparing for the martial arts exam. And those of you taking the martial arts exam, don't forget to prepare your combat gear and weapons. This is your chance to showcase your skills, so make sure you're equipped and ready to perform at your best. The teacher's piercing gaze settled on Su Jingming, and he continues. Let me emphasize one last time, the teacher warned, his voice firm and serious. There's a risk of death in the martial arts college exam. Those who awaken ability below D level are not recommended to choose the martial arts college entrance. Su Jingming's eyes widened slightly as he murmured to himself, Is he calling me out? A flutter of anxiety danced in his chest. As a transmigrator, with a deep breath, Su Jingming introduced himself silently to the world. Blue Star, a world of contrasts. On one hand, the technology level is familiar with all the advancements and conveniences that come with it. But on the other hand, the existence of terrifying, bloodthirsty, and ferocious beasts adds a layer of danger and unpredictability to everyday life. There were also awakened individuals with superpowers play a crucial role in resisting the ferocious beasts. These individuals, with their unique abilities, are the frontline defense against the beast threat. In the world of Blue Star, the age of 16 marks a significant milestone, as it's when individuals can awaken their unique abilities. The diversity of these abilities adds a fascinating layer to the world. With each person possessing their own distinct power, the strange and unpredictable nature of these abilities would lead to a wide range of possibilities, from practical and useful powers to more unusual and creative ones. This would likely lead to a complex and dynamic society, where individuals with different abilities would need to work together to survive and thrive in a world filled with ferocious beasts. The rating system in Blue Star, with its 9 levels from A to G, provides a clear hierarchy of abilities. The fact that most people can only learn skills from rank F to D suggests that the higher ranks are exceptionally challenging to attain. This limitation would likely create a sense of aspiration and competition among awakened individuals, with those striving to reach the higher ranks. The rarity of individuals who can surpass rank D would make them stand out, and their abilities would likely be highly sought after. Su Jingming's E-grade ability, Weak Electricity, is similar to a stun baton in terms of its power. This ability could be useful in close-range combat, allowing him to incapacitate opponents or beasts temporarily. Su Jingming's face burned with embarrassment and frustration as he listened to Huang Tian's words. The repetition of Teacher Chen's discouraging remarks felt like a punch to the gut. E-grade trash echoed in his mind, making him wonder if he was indeed good enough for the martial arts exam. Huang Tian's tone seemed almost amused, as if he was enjoying Su Jingming's predicament. The suggestion to take the liberal arts track and work as a small clerk felt like a fate worse than death. Lin Qingla is shouting at Huang Tian, and the quote is a bit off. It's none of your business. Huang Tian. Humph, I'll let you know who's the best in the unified exam. Huang Tian's words were laced with a mix of mockery and condescension, his tone dripping with disdain. Pretty boy, you'll just die on the exam ground, he sneered, his eyes gleaming with amusement. The phrase, pretty boy, stung, and the implication that Su Jingming was fragile and weak was a harsh blow. Su Jingming's looks at him leaving. Lin Qingla's, don't mind what he said. Everyone has their own value. Changing your major to liberal arts and living your life in the city wouldn't be so bad, would it? Lin Qingla's tone was calm and soothing, attempting to diffuse attention. Lin Qingla's words seemed to be a genuine attempt to help Su Jingming see reason, rather than a provocation. He was highlighting the potential benefits of pursuing a more stable and secure path, rather than risking everything on the martial arts exam. In the Great Xia Kingdom, the education system is divided into 2 distinct disciplines, liberal arts and martial arts. This division seems to be based on an individual's abilities and their potential for combat. those with lower ability levels, or those who lack confidence in combat, are steered towards liberal arts. This path allows them to pursue a more ordinary life, free from the dangers and challenges of martial arts. The stakes are high for those who choose the martial arts path. The unified exam requires them to enter a designated location and engage in a fight to the death against fierce beasts. This is a brutal and unforgiving test, where only the strongest and most skilled will survive. The ultimate goal of passing the unified exam is to gain entry into the Ability User University, a prestigious institution that offers advanced training and mentorship. After several years of rigorous training and guidance from experienced mentors, students can break through the unranked system and become true ranked ability users, unlocking powerful strengths and abilities. Su Jingming's thoughts took a darker turn as he recalled the tragic fate of his parents, who died in a beast tide. This personal loss likely fueled his determination to become stronger and take the martial arts unified exam. He felt that avoiding the exam wouldn't guarantee his safety, given the ever-present threat of beast invasions. With this painful memory in mind, Su Jingming's resolve to face the challenges of the martial arts exam seemed to grow stronger. He might see this path as a way to honor his parents' memory and protect himself and others from similar tragedies. The weight of his past experience was likely to drive his actions and decisions moving forward. Su Jingming returned to his apartment, his determination to take the martial arts exam burning brighter than ever. As he entered his humble abode, he picked up his trusty spear, its familiar weight of comfort in his hands. With a focused gaze, Su Jingming began to train, his movements swift and precise. As he practiced, a faint hum of electricity began to emanate from his body, crackling with energy. The air around him seemed to vibrate with the power of his E-grade ability, weak electricity. As the exhaustion caught up with him, Su Jingming's movement slowed, and he finally came to a stop, his chest heaving with exertion. I can't practice anymore, he thought, feeling the weight of his fatigue. His muscles ached, and his breathing was labored. The electricity that had been coursing through his body began to dissipate, leaving him feeling drained. Su Jingming leaned against the wall, his spear slipping from his grasp. He closed his eyes, letting the weariness wash over him. Despite his exhaustion, he knew he couldn't give up. The martial arts exam was just around the corner, and he still had a long way to go. Ever since his ability had awakened, Su Jingming had chosen a long spear as his trusty companion. For 2.5 years, he had dedicated himself to mastering the art of spear techniques. However, despite his prolonged practice, his proficiency remained at a beginner's level. Despite his struggles, Su Jingming had high hopes for a technique that might elevate his skills. He had his eyes on the beer technique, Lightning Gale Break, a powerful move that would undoubtedly make him stronger. The only hurdle was a steep price tag of $300,000. The reality of the martial arts world was harsh, with a growing number of student deaths among those below D class. For Su Jingming, getting into an awakened university was a matter of survival, and he knew he had to fight with every ounce of strength he possessed. The stakes were high, and the competition would be fierce. Su Jingming's determination to succeed was fueled by the knowledge that his future depended on it. He was willing to push himself to the limit, to take risks and face challenges head-on, all in pursuit of a better life. The screen flickered to life, displaying a message in bold, futuristic font. System activation successful. Su Jingming's eyes scanned the screen, taking the words Newbie Gift Package and Chat System for Transmigrators. A surge of excitement mixed with trepidation coursed through his veins. Do you want to claim the Newbie Gift Package? The screen asked, offering him a tantalizing prospect. Su Jingming's mind whirled with possibilities. What could this gift package contain? Would it be a powerful technique, a valuable resource, or something else entirely? And what was this chat system for transmigrators? Su Jingming's excitement reached a boiling point as he eagerly asked, "What's in the gift package?" The system's response flashed on the screen. Newbie gift package includes S-rank super ability, 200 ability points. His eyes widened in awe, and a huge grin spread across his face. An S-rank ability was the pinnacle of power, and 200 ability points would give him immense flexibility to customize his skills. Su Jingming's mind reeled with the implications of possessing an S-rank super ability. In a major country like Xiaohua, It typically took 3 to 4 years for an individual to awaken to their abilities. But an S-rank ability from the start, that was unprecedented. He knew that with such immense power, he would be a highly sought-after talent. Top ability universities would fight tooth and nail to recruit him, showering him with resources and opportunities. It was likely that he would be cultivated into a top-tier powerhouse, with the best instructor facilities and training programs at his disposal. Sweat dripped down Su Jingming's forehead as he gazed at the system screen with determination burning in his eyes. An E-rank trash like me still has a chance to defy fate and change my destiny, he thought, his resolve solidifying. With a deep breath, Su Jingming raised his hand, and his voice echoed through the room. Claim. The system screen flickered with a triumphant message. Newbie gift package claimed successful. Su Jingming's eyes widened as he read on. 200 ability points have been credited. But it was the next line that truly caught his attention. S-rank super ability. Purple Cloud Thunder God's lighting is being distributed. Su Jingming's heart was enveloped in a crackling aura of lightning, and the system screen displayed the progress. 10%. Suddenly, the electrical energy surged, spreading throughout his body. As the progress bar ticked upward, Su Jingming's entire form became shrouded in a majestic, purple-hued lightning. The air around him seemed to vibrate with electric potential, and his body glowed with an otherworldly energy. The system screen displayed progress 20%. As the purple lightning surrounding Su Jingming's body intensified, the air was filled with the acrid smell of ozone, and the sound of crackling energy grew louder. The system screen displayed progress 20%. As the purple lightning surrounding Su Jingming's body intensified, the air was filled with the acrid smell of ozone, and the sound of crackling energy grew louder. As the progress bar ticked upward, the lightning began to burst forth from his body, damaging the surroundings. Furniture splintered, walls cracked, and windows shattered as the uncontrolled energy release wreaked havoc on the apartment. The neighbors who gathered below were shocked and frightened by the explosion and the burst of purple lightning. Some of them pointed and gasped, while others quickly pulled out their phones to call for help. One of the neighbors, Mrs. Lee, quickly dialed the emergency number and shouted into the phone, "Hello, hello. There's a fire or something happening at Su Jingming's apartment. Please send someone quickly." Su Jingming's body arched in agony as the system screen flashed the progress bar. 50%, 60%, 70%. The purple lightning raged through his body, threatening to consume him from the inside out. The pain was excruciating, like his cells were being rewritten by the intense energy. Su Jingming's vision blurred, and his breathing became ragged. He felt like he was being forged in a crucible of electricity, his body transformed by the S-rank ability. One of the neighbors, an elderly man named Mr. Wong, looked up at the sky and frowned. "Why did the sky suddenly turn dark?" he asked aloud, confusion etched on his face. The others followed his gaze, and they too noticed that the sky had taken on an ominous tone. On the other side of the city, elder man from the military council gazed up at the sky, his expression stern. "Terrifying thunder. I seem to feel some kind of heavy pressure. A powerful lightning attribute ferocious beast is about to invade." With a commanding voice, he ordered his subordinate, "Jiangqing's 3rd Legion, enter alert status. Prepare our lightning-resistant armor and mobilize the electric shock squad. We must be ready to respond at a moment's notice." His subordinate nodded swiftly and relayed the orders, activating the Legion's emergency protocols. Elder Man Wu's eyes remained fixed on the sky, his mind calculating the potential threat and preparing for battle. "We will not let this beast catch us off guard. Prepare the city's defenses and get the troops ready to deploy." A majestic lightning dragon appeared in the sky, its electric body crackling with energy as it swooped towards Su Jingming's apartment. The air was charged with anticipation, and the dragon's arrival seemed to coincide with Su Jingming's transformation. As the dragon drew closer, Su Jingming's body surged with even more intense purple lightning, and he let out a mighty scream. The system screen flashed with rapid updates. 80%, 90%, 99%. Finally, the screen displayed 100%, ability transformation completed. The purple lightning surrounding Su Jingming's body dissipated, revealing a transformed individual. His eyes glowed with an inner light, and his aura pulsed with incredible power. The lightning dragon hovered above, its presence seeming to acknowledge Su Jingming's newfound abilities. With a mighty roar, Su Jingming raised his hands, and the air around him crackled with electricity. He had become a master of the lightning attribute, and the world would soon tremble at his power. With a surge of exhilaration, Su Jingming gazed at his hands, now imbued with the S-rank ability, Purple Haven Divine Thunder. The electric baton he once wielded seemed like a toy compared to this newfound power. One hit on a person is enough to shatter them. Su Jingming gazed out at his apartment, taking in the destruction caused by the uncontrolled energy release. This commotion is a bit too big, he thought to himself, surveying the damage. Furniture was overturned, walls were cracked, and windows were shattered. Su Jingming's eyes lit up as he gazed at the system screen, remembering the newbie gift pack. Oh, right. It also gave me 200 ability points, he thought, curiosity piqued. He focused on the ability points, and the system displayed a detailed explanation. Ability points can be obtained by killing fierce beasts. Consuming ability points can increase level and upgrade skills. You can view your ability points and upgrade options in the system panel. Su Jingming chuckled to himself, enjoying the simplicity and power of the system. I just love this kind of simple and crude cheat, he thought, grinning. With a thought, he opened the system panel, and a holographic display flickered to life in front of him. The panel displayed his information. Name, Su Jingming. Photo, a holographic image of Su Jingming's face. Skills, Purple Haven Divine Thunder, S-rank. Other skills, Physique 121 Chi Blood. Spirit 140 Hz. Skill Spear Arts Basic Lightning. Gale Break Basic. Ability Points 200. Su Jingming couldn't help but grin as he thought about the system's simplicity. He loved how straightforward it was, allowing him to focus on what mattered most, getting stronger. With the unified exam just around the corner, Su Jingming knew he had to make the most of his 200 ability points. He decided to let the system handle the allocation, trusting its calculations to maximize his combat power. Su Jingming pondered the system's words. The essence of superpower lies in the human body and mind. Let's first enhance those to basic attributes. He gazed at the system screen, which displayed his current attributes. Strength, 142. As the purple lightning coursed through his veins, Su Jingming felt an intense surge of energy. His body seemed to be electrified, and he could sense the power coursing through his muscles and cells. This is what it feels like to boost blood energy and mineral power. With a fierce cry, Su Jingming bent down and unleashed a flurry of punches, his fists flying in every direction. As he struck, lightning burst forth from his body, crackling with electricity. The air was filled with the acrid smell of ozone as the lightning danced across the room. Each punch sent a bolt of lightning shooting out from his fists, illuminating the space with brilliant flashes of light. The sound of thunder boomed through the air, shaking the very foundations of the room. With his basic attributes enhanced, Su Jingming noticed a significant improvement in his overall abilities. Whether he was using combat techniques or manipulating powers, everything seemed to be amplified accordingly. His movements became more fluid and precise, his strength increased, and his agility allowed him to dodge attacks with ease. Even his Purple Haven Divine Thunder seemed more potent, its power surging through him like never before. Su Jingming pondered the significance of the attribute increase. Both attributes increased by 20 points, he thought. That means each ability point equals 0.2 blood energy or 0.2 hertz. He glanced at the system screen, which displayed his updated physique. Physique 141. With his current strength, Su Jingming felt confident that getting into a superpower university would be a breeze. However, he couldn't help but wonder about his standing among the over 700,000 students in Jiangnan province. Where did he rank among the prodigies who had been trained by elite mentors since childhood? Su Jingming grasped his spear firmly, feeling its familiar weight and balance in his hand. Let's go to the martial hall and test my exact state, he thought, a sense of anticipation building within him. The firefighter burst into the room, kicking open the door with urgency. We've got a rescue call. There's a fire here, he exclaimed, his voice firm and commanding. Su Jingming's eyes widened as he realized the situation. It was probably caused by fluctuation from my power training, he thought, feeling a surge of concern. However, as he assessed the situation, he noticed that the fire was already under control. It's under control now, I see, he said calmly. The firefighter's expression changed to one of relief, and he nodded. Apprenticeship resolved. Fall back, he said into his comms device, before turning to Su Jingming. All right, situation under control. The firefighter shook his head, chuckling. Such a huge commotion, and it turns out it was just a student training their power. The next generation is truly impressive, he said with a mix of amusement and admiration. The neighbor asked, was everything okay with the fire earlier? Your problem is under control. Su Jingming replied, Good, from the look of it. The neighbor then inquired, heading to the martial hall? Yeah, going there to get some practicing, Su Jingming said. The neighbor sighed. So, the entrance exam is tomorrow, and you're still training. Not like my kid, who's stressing over the exam right now. For an awakened individual, becoming a full-fledged superpower user required rigorous training of both physique and mind to boost power output. As a result, martial halls that provided training spaces and instruction became increasingly popular. However, not every family could afford the luxury of a private training room, making these public facilities a vital resource for many aspiring superpower users. The two most renowned chain martial halls in the Xi'an nation were indeed Thunderclap and Violent Bear. Both institutions had a long history of producing skilled superpower users and were highly respected within the martial community. Su Jingming's eyes widened in surprise as he turned to look at the person approaching him. Wait, isn't that Tang Chi? My cousin? He thought, a mix of curiosity and familiarity rising within him. Su Jingming's eyes widened in surprise as he turned to look at the person approaching him. Wait, isn't that Tang Chi? My cousin? He thought, a mix of curiosity and familiarity rising within him. Chi Jia, what brings you to Thunderclap Martial Hall? Su Jingming asked, curiosity getting the better of him. Tang Chi smiled and replied, just here with a friend. Got it. Then I'll head to the training room, Su Jingming said, nodding. Tang Chi thought to herself. He seems different than before, noticing a change in Su Jingming's demeanor. Her friend asked, nudging her playfully, Who's that? Kinda handsome, eyeing Su Jingming with interest. Ong Chi said, Su Jingming, he is my cousin. He is in senior year, like us, taking the martial exam tomorrow. She introduced him casually, without much fanfare. Her friend's eyes lit up with curiosity, likely intrigued by the mention of the martial exam and Su Jingming's connection to Tang Chi. Her another friend teased, Why are you asking so many questions? You're crushing on him already, Xiaoya. Xiaoya playfully replied, Totally. With that face, as long as he's not weak, he'll make a great boyfriend. Definitely impressive in public. She giggled, nudging Tang Chi with her elbow. Tang Chi said, You might be disappointed. He only awakened an E-rank ability. Xiaoya replied, E-rank? What a shame. Tang Chi's another friend chimed in. Competing in a martial exam with just an E-rank ability? Gotta admire the courage. Tang Chi frowned, concern etched on her face. So what if he's brave? It's way too risky. It'd be better if he didn't take the exam at all. Xiaoya said, All right, let's not talk about that. We came to check out the Thunderclap Martial Hall, didn't we? They chatted among themselves, their conversation flowing easily. True, I've trained at Violent Bear all 3 years of high school. This is my first time in Thunderclap. Relaxing before the exam is good for your mental state. Let's go. With that, they strolled further into the martial hall, taking in the sights and sounds of the bustling facility. Su Jingming stood opposite to a target, holding a spear. He thought to himself, the fear feels lighter, or maybe it's because my physique got stronger. He glanced at the spear in his hand, his mind wandering to the upcoming exam. But the unified exam is tomorrow, not time to find a better weapon. With a resolute nod, he refocused on his training, determined to make the most of the time he had left. He took a deep breath, focusing his energy. Let's see what my full strength looks like without power enhancement. With a swift and powerful motion, he stabbed the spear directly into the target. The impact was loud and solid, the spear sinking deep into the target's surface. Su Jingming observed the result, gauging his own strength and technique. The training room's walls and equipment were made of basic memory metal, a material that could auto-repair within its resistance limit. This meant that the targets and other training equipment could withstand a significant amount of damage before needing manual repair. The memory metal would slowly return to its original shape, erasing any signs of damage. This feature made the training room a convenient and efficient place for students like Su Jingming to hone their skills. My raw physical strength is now double what was before, Su Jingming noted, pleased with his progress. Most awakened ones top out at 100 calories in strength. He cracked a small smile, feeling a sense of confidence. Now, let's try Purple Heaven Divine Thunder. He stretched out his hand, channeling his power into it. His hand started glowing with thunder, and a lightning bolt rushed forth, striking the target with destructive force. The energy release was immense, measuring 3,021 calories. The target shook violently under the impact, and the air was filled with the acrid smell of ozone. Expected of an S-rank power, this is insane, Su Jingming exclaimed, stunned by the sheer force of the Purple Heaven Divine Thunder. The average first-tier power user only hits 1,000 calories, and I'm not even officially Tier 1 yet. My output is like a mid-tier first-tier user. He was both amazed and a little awestruck by the unexpected potency of his ability, realizing that S-rank powers were on a completely different level. He thought to himself, this isn't my full potential. With a fierce determination, he gripped his spear tightly. Thunder began to cover his body as he combined his physical strength, power enhancement, and combat techniques. That's my trump card, he declared. With a swift and deadly motion, he moved forward and stabbed his spear into the target. A purple lightning ball created at the tip of the spear, and he shouted, "Lightning Gale!" A very powerful light occurred, illuminating the surroundings in a brilliant, electrifying glow. The sheer force of the attack was awe-inspiring, and the resulting explosion of energy left no doubt about the devastating power of the lightning gale technique. The whole building started to shake, and everyone was terrified, thinking it was an earthquake. On the same floor, Tang Chi and her friend exchanged worried glances. Such strong energy fluctuation, that's definitely power user level, her friend said, her voice filled with excitement and curiosity. Xiaoya asked, "Isn't this floor only for high school training students?" Her friend replied, "But all the freaks who reached that level early this year are training at Violent Bear, right? Maybe one of those freaks came here for a change, or a new power user student emerged." Tang Chi's eyes sparkled with interest. "Let's go check it out." Together, they headed towards the source of the disturbance, eager to see what was happening. Ong Chi said, "The energy wave seems to be coming from nearby." On the way, they met Su Jingming. Tang Chi asked, "Su Jingming heading home?" He replied, "Yeah, just want to get back and prep a bit more." Tang Chi said, "All right, good luck on the exam tomorrow, but also stay safe." Su Jingming left. Her friend said, "Forgot him. The energy fluctuations coming from here." They reached near a room. Its walls were cracked. Tang Chi asked, "Is it here?" They confirmed it when they opened the door, and they were in complete shock. All the things in the training room were completely destroyed. They were horrified by seeing such destruction had happened to the training room. Tang Chi and her friend were in complete shock. They stood frozen in the doorway, their eyes scanning the devastated training room. The destruction was so severe that it was hard to believe it had been caused by a single incident. The room's condition was a testament to the immense power that had been unleashed within its walls. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss the next chapter.